Good morning to all our patrons. We wish you a good day. Today we're going to do a little bit more with the garden, give you all a sense of exactly what's going on. I believe in our last video we had, as you can tell, the posts up here. Since then we've managed to get the string ran so we can get them all cut the same height. Now, like I had mentioned, we don't do concrete. We do basically the dirt with water, pack it down, and then the outside running posts that are going to hold all the up and down posts is going to tie it together to where it doesn't move. I still got the end ones here to nip off to the same height, and then I got these two back here, which we got to nip off to the same height. And then we're going to take down a couple of these thin saplings, which, first of all this property back here is going to be cleared off this summer and spring and cleared out like we did this all up here. But basically, I have, if you can tell, I have the corner posts over there and to the other side recessed back, and then these two center posts are pulled out from the garden a little bit. And the reason that is Lisa's going to have a small little table over here for repotting her plants, cutting her herbs up, whatever she needs to do. I mean, we got, Jesus criminy, what, 200 foot of hose that we run for this property?
Something like that, yeah.
So, you know, it's a little bit of work here and there. We try to do a little bit every day. I mean, with our busy schedules, there never seems to be enough time in the day. So what we're fixing to do is we're fixing to get the chainsaw fired up, and we're going to drop these little saplings, and we're going to use these for posts. Okay, basically what we're going to do is we want to clear this area out anyway. So we want to take these little saplings down because that's going to open more light for the garden. Plus, it's going to help us get back this property that we want to get back. So we're just going to drop them, and then we'll cut them up for lengths. Okay, watch your head over there, Lise. Second one dropping. Oh, I don't want that one. It's crooked. But it's still got to come down. Okay, now you guys can't see it. But the reason I had to cut these so high is because we've got old fencing. So getting these trunks out of this fence is going to be a job. I can see a chainsaw blade getting ruined on that one. Okay. Watch your face.
Ow.
That's one. And these will get screwed in to the outside. And then we'll cut a couple of more to tie everything together. And we'll check back in with you as we make our progress.
Hi, Ash. Some of this out. Good morning, everybody. Today I'm going to go ahead and finish planting some of the other seeds while Tip's working out hard in the garden. So we're going to make some space, get the seeds, and we're going to actually make our own little greenhouses using plastic wrap and the little tiny pots instead of buying your own, the mini greenhouses they sell. This works just as good. And our strawberries are already producing berries. So I've really got to get these things in the ground if Mother Nature cooperates. So let's get these out of the way. Oops. And let's check on our little, yeah, see, and this is why we want to wrap it tight. Okay, this hemp cord didn't work as well as I had thought, but as it dries, it gives you an idea of how tight it does dry up. So, but there's our itty bitty smudge stick that we made the other day. So, and I guess it can be burned like that too, but we'll get rid of that. That's really no big deal either way. So we've got some summer squash, some zucchini, cucumbers, the basil I've already got, and some sweet peppers. Also some seeds I had from a few years ago. I'm going to try cantaloupe this year. I got sweet pepper seeds here, but I'm not sure how good these are going to be. That's why I bought those. And some seeds, oops, that I got from a friend of mine who found purple peppers at a farm stand here in the area. So
I believe they were purple green peppers.
yes, they were purple green peppers,
right,
called Black Beauty, I think.
Black Beauties, yeah, that's what they were called.
So we're gonna go ahead and do some of those. Let's start with this, I guess. And we're using basically the same mix that we had out in the, when we were transplanting everything. Let's kind of build that up a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and use this one and do the purple peppers in it. I'm gonna start with those because those I'm really curious to see how those turn out. Okay, let's get a few. And I put a couple seeds in each one just because you never know which ones are actually gonna take. And I just kind of go to the top knuckle and my finger. Goodness, these things are dinky. And just get all these in here. This is my, no, it's not. One, just kind of cover it up. Let's break up that little chunk there. And there. And that one. Oops. A little bit more for on that. Okay, hold on, I forgot water. Hold on. Yep. Which one? Okay. Huh. Okay. All right, I got some water. So let's go ahead and get these a little damp, not too much. Just enough to moisten the soil a little bit. take our plastic wrap. Go ahead and cover that, and this will produce the heat and keep it moist while the seeds are germinating. So I'll kind of put that, just set that to the side for now. But you're gonna have to put it in a sunny location so that it can grow and do its thing and stay warm. Which right now Mother Nature really is not agreeing with anything. And now we're moving on to other plants, so let's, some more dirt in here. Or still actually. Okay, and same concept. Let's go ahead and do the zucchini. We'll go ahead and do that. Scissors would be helpful.
Now, Moon, what about the seeds that you don't use? What do you do with those?
Just store them in a dark envelope until next year, or to replant if these seeds don't show up. So let's get the zucchini. I just do one seed because of how big the seeds are per thing. So what? Oh. Okay, we're still doing the zucchini. Zucchini, squash, stuff like that are actually quite large, so. And later in the season, after harvest, I will show you how to save your own seeds as well, so we'll get into that. And most plants are actually quite easy. The zucchini, tomatoes, stuff like that, everybody knows where the seeds are. Strawberries are a little trickier because they have the seeds on the outside, so you have to dry out the whole fruit in order to get the seeds out of from them. But oops. Okay, so I'm slightly brain dead today. What?
I'm not touching that.
Yeah, let's not.
You know where I sleep.
Yes, I do, and I cook your food periodically too.
Well, that's true. You do.
Oh, Lord. And typically I would label these, but these plants are different enough that I really don't need to. And besides, that's why I'm keeping them in the order that they're in. Or trying to keep them, yeah, something. Now when I use the bigger pots, of course I'm going to put more seeds in it. Probably put 2 or 3. We're doing the summer squash, which actually, oops, thank you. Put him down in there.
So in a pot like that, you would do 3 seeds to get the plants?
Yeah, I think about 3.
And that's in case some of them don't sprout?
Yeah, exactly.
But if all 3 sprout, then you have enough room for all 3 in case, right?
Yes. They're easily separated. Just like the chamomile I bought the other day, you can fit, even if all of them fit in there, I can still just break them up to break them apart. So, yeah, if they all, by some reason or another, do all decide to sprout, we can still separate them just as easy. Okay, and we've also are going to transplant Ireland today, and yes, literally Ireland. One of Tip's admins got together with him, Charlene, and they came up with the perfect Valentine's gift for me. I've always wanted to go to Ireland. Unfortunately, medical issues and such, I can't travel, fly, certain things of that sort, so going overseas is really not an option for me. So she needs a bigger home, so I found this little half-barrel planter. I think it would be perfect. So we're going to transplant her today as well, give her some more room. And an update on the tomatoes, basil, chamomile, and all that. You already saw the berries coming on the strawberries. But they're all looking good. I've got a couple that are still iffy, but I think once we get them outside, they'll be all right. And that's what I'm in here busy doing while Tip is outside. So let's go take a look and see what he has got accomplished. Now, of course, one thing I want to say before we go out and check on Tip is anybody, if this is going to be your first time gardening, I would suggest start with tomatoes. They are the easiest, most resilient plant to do. You really don't want to start too big because you may only get a couple plants to grow and then it'll just frustrate you and get you not wanting to do it because you're not thinking that you're gonna be able to grow much of anything that was just a waste of time. Trust me, been there, done that. So tomatoes are the easiest. I would start with them, do that as your only crop, and then grow from there. Now let's go check and see what Tip is up to.
Good morning, everybody. While Moon's inside doing the plants and getting everything ready for us to plant them by the 15th of May, I just wanted to catch y'all up on what's going on here as far as the garden. If you notice behind me, we have this huge pile of brush, and what that is that's all the little suckle limbs at the top of the trees, the saplings that we cut. Now, the problem that we have living in the woods is saplings take over crazy quick. So what we did is we cut a bunch of them down, and we're using the wood for the fence post. So everything that we have here is all from our land. We don't use concrete on the posts. We use water and sand, so it sucks the posts in. Everything here is going to be tied in together so that it doesn't rock. It's pretty solid. And then all of the stuff over here that you see, yes, it will take us time, but we'll cut it down and use it for fire starter. So there's nothing that we get that doesn't get used on our property. And there's no waste at all. Even the food and stuff that we use from the garden, that we have scraps like tomato heads or plant heads or pepper heads, it all goes into our compost pile. So everything is pretty much recycled here on the property. Now what we've done is we've went ahead and we utilized this plastic fencing, as you can see over here. Yeah, it's all covered in leaves from the fall. And we use it over and over and over. I mean, we did buy it one time, but you know, every year we use it for our garden. And we found that the quickest way to do this is with a cheap bag of zip ties. Now, we put the cross posts up, we screw them in, and then we zip tie the fence from underneath. Once we get all the fencing up, as you can see, we've got one whole side done. A couple of places we had to sew it back together with some rope. That's how we joined the places, fixed the holes. But all the way around, it's going to be like this. At the bottom, we'll have another log. That'll be tied to the bottom, and it'll be weighted down. This way nothing will get underneath it. So what we'll end up doing is we'll go ahead and do the three sides. We'll leave that side open for right now because we still got to bring the soil in for the garden in the middle, for the tires, till it all up, make the rows, get it ready to plant. We still got to bring the hay in. Unfortunately, with our busy schedules, we've only got time to do a little here, a little there. That's why we start so far out in advance of planting, because this way we're not rushed. You know, one of the biggest things that we find out is that if we get rushed in something, it kind of becomes a burden and we lose interest in it because we feel rushed. So we always start projects weeks, months in advance. But that gives us the liberty to take our time, you know, have fun with it, enjoy it, rather than feeling like we've got 10,000 things on our plate, which we do already. And it makes it more enjoyable for Moon and I. Ash, get out of the rope. Give me this. Come on. Oh, come here, you silly puppy. Yeah, this is the string. I use a nylon string. It's just a simple string to repair any holes, things like that. As you can see, we're pretty self-sufficient here. I mean, everything we do, I guess we have the luxury of electricity and stuff like that, of course, but we try to live as close to self-sufficient as we can. As a matter of fact, soon we're going to go solar. We're going to get off grid. It's going to save us probably $3,500 a year just on our electric bill alone. I mean, when I go hunting, we usually, as a matter of fact, that's something else. I've got a couple of hides from last year's hunt that we're going to do some videos on how to tan your hides, stretch them out, make the frames for them for any of you out there that, don't know how to do stuff like that. Maybe even get into some leather work, how we make boots. Lisa's going to make some boots out of the hides. But as of right now, this is where we are with the garden. And while Moon is inside finishing up the plants, we're going to finish doing the work on this, and we'll check back in with y'all soon.
Ah, shit. I can never get through quick enough.
Of course not.
Okay.
Well, so far that's a lot of work we got going on, huh?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's definitely been a busy morning.
Yeah, it always is here on the homestead.
Now time for me to get ready for work.
Yeah, I guess so. You and me both. All right, folks. As always, we appreciate you joining us for the adventures of Moon, Raven, and Tip. And as always, we wish you all a most magical day, and blessed be. Okay.